Good evening. Welcome to another episode of What's Happening, What's Up, the show that spotlights individuals in the community and the surrounding areas that are making some sort of impact in the community and around the world. Uh, Tonight, I have the pleasure of having Mr. Jamerson Holloway, entrepreneur. Uh, he's a producer, writer, real estate. I mean, he's just an entrepreneur, and I've had the honor of dealing with him since man, we go way back.
Too many moons.
I mean, it's unreal, and just to see this young man evolve into what he has become today is just it's inspirational, and it's a pleasure to have him on my show. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you to Springfield native, Mr. Jamerson Holloway.
How you doing, Frank?
How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me.
Man.
And hey, I'm gonna tell you, the pleasure's all mine, baby. Trust and believe.
Man.
Hi, Mom.
I brought you on the show because we've got a history.
No doubt.
We've been dealing with each other for, man, I can't even count the years.
Don't tell our age.
Right. I can't even count the years. And I brought you on my show not only, to recognize that your talent, which, that's here nor there because we go all the way back. But
Right.
also to show young individuals that's trying to come up in the business, what to do, or, young individuals that's coming up, they need someone to pattern themselves after,
Right.
or to just learn and draw from. And to see you from where you started from and to where you are now, which, is just the tip of the iceberg, because I know that you are going to exceed and do, a lot more. But just to get a young viewers idea of the things that you've done and, how you went about it and the direction that you're headed.
Well, I think most important is you have to have a foundation. I had a real solid foundation, and my mother, she believed in me so much that eventually I started to believe in me. I started to believe in my ability. So I think that the first thing I would tell any youth is, you have to, step outside the pack and start to believe in yourself. And even if no one's around to shelter you or provide that kind of support of belief in yourself, we all have it within us. We all have dreams. The man upstairs, he gives us all jewels. And it's up to us to look inside of ourselves and find out what those jewels are and see how we can manifest those and then pursue them. This is a great big world out here. And, we have a lot to offer, each and every one of us. We're living in terrific times. And I honestly believe that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And, when I was a young man, the only thing I wanted to do was produce records. You know how it was.
I know.
What I'm saying? I would do music with anybody.
Hungry.
I didn't care.
Extremely hungry.
You know what I'm saying? But, moving to Las Vegas, I just honed my craft. You know what I'm saying? I focused on what I did best. And, I educated myself. That's another important tool, is to educate yourself. A lot of young cats, they see the rappers on TV and, they see all the fancy. That's the end result. You know what I'm saying? There has been a transition of long hours, hard effort, and dedicated, just desire to achieve that, to be able to be in them videos and have them fancy cars and, all that rigmarole and things. But, me, I'm not really into all that. I'm just into the, music is my life. You know what I'm saying? It's a hobby that I'm able to eat off of. And when you get to a point where you can take something that you enjoy doing and it can start to pay the bills, that right there, I can't wait to get to work.
You see, and I stress that, a while back when I had some other youth on the show, and not only that, when I interviewed the young lady that's in charge of this whole set right here, and I was telling them that, and also myself, anything that you really enjoy doing, if that you would probably do for nothing, if you keep at it,
Yep.
eventually it's gonna pay off for
Yeah,
you. You
no
know,
doubt.
you got to believe in yourself, and put a lot of effort and a lot of. I remember this guy. I remember, and a lot of you guys probably don't know that. Once upon a time, Springfield had a record label.
Yeah.
Mr. Robert Adams, which I'm gonna
Yes.
try to locate him and bring him on the show because
Icon. He's an
yeah,
icon.
he is. He's an icon. He's a
Springfield icon.
pioneer.
Yep.
He's done a whole lot, and I also know that he's writing books and stuff now. But I'm gonna locate him. But you were on that label along with it was a compilation,
Yep.
and along with a lot of other individuals from the surrounding areas, Jacksonville.
A good friend of mine now is LST. He was out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. He did produce like 3 songs. I mean, we're like brothers today. We still get together and collaborate. You know, I do stuff for his artists, and he does stuff for mine. And you know, going back to Robert Adams, just you know, that just brings back just great memories. You know, just to be selected, you know, by him to be on his label, you know, I felt such an honor just to be able to have that. It's like something, you know, great to have in my dossier because, you know, he really, you know, put some nice product out back in the days, you know what I'm saying?
He surely
He's
did.
definitely iconic in the Springfield area.
Do you have that CD
You know
or
I
that?
do. I still got about I got about 5 or 6 of them still in the wrapper, and I promise I got one of them in my safe deposit box. You know what I'm saying, just in case.
Right.
You know, but yeah, you know I got it's called the Mad Camp Syndrome. Don't even look for it online because I'm telling you, you can't get it. But you know, if you call me, I might let you get one for $100.
But you also have you also did your own CD on that label too.
No. I did. Well, yes, I did. That was Mad Camp Syndrome.
Okay.
But when I did For the Love of Money, you know, I was already in the Vegas area, and you know, we were just disconnected by space and time. And being out there was very fast paced. I needed to be able to make decisions on the fly. Ooh, my Lord. I am so sorry, everybody. Let me handle this business real quick. That right there is just like terrible. I'm on the air, and people are calling me. That is so unprofessional, and I do apologize.
Y'all know we gonna edit this part. We gonna edit from the ding ding.
Forgive me.
Good. It's all good. But going back to
We were talking about For the Love of Money.
right.
Las Vegas is a very fast-paced community, and at that particular time, you know, decisions had to be made on the fly, instantaneously. And you know, I understand that he was the boss, and you know, a lot of times I would have to call to get permission to do things because it's his show, realistically. So you know, I decided to sever the ties. Not really sever, but you know, as a young man, you send your kid out, and you know, hopefully you've instilled in them some of the values that shaped you, and you help shape them, and they'll be able to, you know, progress and you know, get some of the successes that they desire. And you know, I just ran with it. You know, I put myself a team together, and we were for a couple years maybe the #2 record label out there. And then you know, after about 5 years, we became the premier independent label in Las Vegas.
Man, that's awesome. You know, look back. You know, I've been out there to visit you and everything, and it is really a fast-paced thing. But I want to focus on not only that, but they got the BMAs out there.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa. He called me and said, well, hey, man, you got to go online, man. I'm like, what's happening, man? He's like, man, I've been nominated for BMA out here in Vegas. I'm like, quit playing, man. He's like, no, man, this is for real, for real. And when I say BMA, a lot of y'all probably wondering what I'm saying, but it's a Black Music Award, you know, and it's a very distinguished honor out there. It's a distinguished honor anywhere, you know, to win an award like that. And he actually won, and I'm like, man, look, you got to come down here. You got to be on my show. We got to just hang out and do it like we did it when I was in Vegas, you know.
Right.
And I mean, that's why I'm extremely proud of the guy, because he's just evolved into a very good entrepreneur. You know. Also, when I was out in Vegas visiting him, I found out that he was also doing real estate. And I was like, man, boy, you know, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know, and he hasn't. And can you give the audience a little insight on?
Well, you know, I went back to school and got my degree, and at the onset, I didn't know quite what I wanted to do with the degree, so I was just kind of just bouncing around. And I ended up going towards communications for a bit, and I kind of won a couple of speech awards. And so one of my professors told me, he says, you know what, you have a knack for talking to people. You know, you can talk to anybody. And Vegas is so multicultural that, you know, you have to be able to communicate, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still kind of brushing up on my Spanish, but it's just important to be able to communicate with a global economy, a global mecca of people. And so I you know, decided to go into the real estate game. I figured that a lot of people were moving there. We have approximately 5,000 people a month moving to Las Vegas. So I had plenty of opportunities to, you know, make some, you know, solid money. And, you know, I went through the training and got certified with the state and got my realtor's license, joined the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors. And it took some time, took about 8 months to close my first deal. But, you know, when I got my first check, you know, true to life story, I went to the bank that issued it, and it was a rather large check. And they were like, okay, well, do you want to open up an account? I said, no, I'll take it all in cash, because, you know, I wanted to know what that bump felt like, you know what I'm saying, in my pocket. And, you know, just going from there, you know, it just started feeling good to, you know, be able to show people houses. And then I got to see so many beautiful houses. You know, I started getting ideas of what I wanted to do with my own particular property, and, you know, brought my brother out there and, you know, found him a house, and a couple other people from different areas of the country, and found them houses. And, you know, it was just a great feeling. It was just a real solid fit for me to be able to do that. And, you know, I was raised to never limit your options. Like I said earlier, you know, we're all given gifts. We're all given jewels. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, the jewels are a little bit, you know, stronger, and maybe we need to pursue those a little bit more. But, you know, I think that, you know, I feel myself that I'm capable of doing, you know, I can multitask.
Right.
There's many things that I can do, and I'm not going to limit myself. I'm not limiting myself to real estate. I'm not limiting myself to production. You know, we talked about Robert Adams earlier. You know, he's writing books. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'd love for Oprah to be sitting on one of my books at her show, and I just be like, you know, like a deer in the headlights, you know, ching, looking at all the change.
Well, I'm waiting on her to be on my show.
Well,
so
you know, if you get her, I'm gonna come down for that one. Trust.
So I mean, the sky's the limit, and you know, I just want to instill in the youth and to everybody, you know, hold on to your dreams and always pursue them, no matter how old you get. You know.
Can I add something to that? Not just hold on to your dreams, dare yourself to dream. You know, what can you dream? What is possible? You know, I was watching the Obama, the whole election process. I was watching it on CNN, and I was completely blown away that they had that Star Trek, that beam me up. You know, we are living in some of the most fantastic times, and I think that people should just inspire themselves. I'm inspired. I'm really inspired. You know, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna be like, man, what else can I do?
Right.
You know, what else can I really do? And you know, I would challenge the youth. You guys are the future, man. Just dream it and believe in it, and it's gonna happen. You can make it happen. It's really up to you. It comes from the core. It comes from your guts. And you gotta have heart. You gotta have soul. You can't be a coward. You just believe. And you know what I'm saying? If you keep pounding something, and keep pounding and keep pounding, eventually you're going to chip away at it, and you're going to hit that jackpot, and, you know, it's going to pay a handsome dividend.
I'm a strong believer in seasons. Everybody had their seasons.
That's right.
And then sometimes your season will pass, so you've got to move on to something else, you know. So, you know, well, we strongly advise y'all to, you know, explore a lot of other different avenues, you know, that's you haven't done before. You got to stretch yourself out.
No doubt.
You
No
got
doubt.
to. If
No
not,
doubt.
I mean, I not only, you know, have this show. I do a lot of other produce, you know, turn a wrench if I have to.
I ain't scared to get dirty. Hey,
You know,
I ain't afraid at all.
You got to be in this day and age. You got to have something to fall back on.
Always.
You got to be versatile. You really have to
That's
be
important.
versatile and resilient. You know, but let's talk some more about you. What are some of your plans? Some of the individuals that you've dealt with, and
well, I think one of the let's say the biggest star that I've ever had, you know, in my facility would be, he did a song with Little Kim. It was a big hit actually a couple of years ago. He was I can't even think of his name right now, but you know, it'll come to me later. But regardless of that, you know, I got a lot of things that I got going. One thing I wanted to mention is I'm working on an energy drink. Believe it or not, it's in the works, and it's going to be called Fly Energy Drink.
all natural.
No, it's not going to be natural. I'm serious, man. It's like some serious dope because, and there's a company right here in Illinois that's doing the design of it. Did you know that?
No.
Generally all the like Coca-Cola products and Pepsi, they're all designed. There's only like 4 design labs in America, and like 3 of them are in Illinois.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, so they do all the designing for like Gatorade and that Rockstar, all the different ones. They kind of just, there's only like a handful of them, 3 of them here in the state. And so I teamed up with one of them, and he's down in Southern Illinois, and he's working on my energy drink. It's going to be light blue. It's going to kind of be like a blueberry kind of fruity. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 times the caffeine of Red Bull.
Whoa.
So, you know what I'm saying? Don't plan on doing any sleeping for 2 days or 3 days because, you know, I took it to work one time and, you know, tried it on my boss.
That's too
and
much
almost
energy.
killed her.
That's too much energy.
Yeah, it's pretty strong stuff. And, you know, that right there, you know, real estate's really kind of, you know, took a beating because of the economic conditions throughout the world, actually, you know, global slowdown. And so, you know, I'm really, you know, I still got my real estate game going with that. But, you know, while that's kind of, you know, in the trough a little bit because everything has cycles, you know, it will recycle and I'll be right there waiting. You know, I'm just going to pursue other avenues and, you know, do other things. I got my music going real good with my artist, Criminal Trigger B, who, you know, came out this summer, July the 4th, actually, his album released. And if I can, you know, just kind of
give him a zoom
give
in
a
on
little, that's the product right there, Criminal Trigger B, explicit, triple explicit, some people call it. But this album right here, I'm very proud of this album. For one, is because I won an award. I won the BMA award because of this album. So, you know, but this guy right here, he has a really unique story. And, you know, he was the first artist on my record label when I kind of, you know, got away from Brick City. And a week before his first album came out, about 12 years ago, he got into some trouble and actually had to go to the penitentiary. So I had put a whole lot of money behind him and everything, and I still supported him even though he was locked up, had to do his time. He paid back his debt to society. And, you know, just to come out, you know, his second album, the sophomore album, you know, to just have such a powerful voice in Las Vegas, I feel like it was redemption for him, of course, you know, and for me, you know, because I've been doing this out there for many moons, you know, a lot of years. And, you know, not that, you know, God gives us what we've earned. And, you know, I'm going to hold on to it. I feel like, you know, I put in the work for it and I deserved it. And I want to thank him.
Man, well, you have put in the work. That's another, you know, you're an inspiration to me. Even though we come up, man, You know?
Well, we lean on each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely lean on each other. Some of us, I'm a firm believer that you have to put yourself in the mix. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in the place where opportunity is happening, where the fires are at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay hot. And, not to take nothing away from my hometown, I love to come here to, I've been here a week, and the beautiful reds, I took my daughter strolling through Washington Park, and I just was like, wow, man, when I was here, I took all of this for granted.
The trees.
Because out there it's desert, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I really, have enjoyed, my family. I'm here because of my niece, Sparkle, all her friends over at Washington Middle School. Sparkle Williams was my niece who, recently passed. And, death, unfortunately, has a way of bringing families together. You know what I'm saying? We look at our root, we lean on each other, we cry, we laugh, but you move on. And, that resilience is, that's a cornerstone of life.
Yeah.
You have to be able to pick yourself up, dust yourself up, look ahead, say your prayer, and keep it moving.
Man, those are excellent words to live by, honestly, because you never know. You never know. You never know how long you're going to be here, and you just
any
gotta
day,
try to live for the day.
Do the most,
Man.
challenge yourself. I want to just challenge myself. I say, man, you know what? Dr. Holloway don't sound too bad.
Go get it.
Yeah, you never know.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I might just decide, hey, I'm getting, as you progress through life, like you said, you seasons change.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going from one season to another season. I got a baby girl who's 2 years old, and I just enjoy being a father. All you guys out there who ain't being a father, shame on you, because I'm telling you, my little girl, I love to see her face in the morning, and she comes and she does my eyes like this. I still be sleeping. She'll be like, Daddy? Daddy? And I'm like, okay, if I was sleeping, I ain't sleeping no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a wonderful feeling, you know what I'm saying, to have that. And, I encourage the young man and I challenge them, go and see your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Drop them off some dough if you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Take care of what's yours, because, they just going to do what you doing. And the cycle ain't ever going to break. It's just going to be one loop, one after the other all the time. So, I cherish that. I love it.
Man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Just seeing the maturity in you and how much you've grown and the things that you've accomplished, man. Once again, I want to say that I'm proud of you. And
Thank you.
Keep on keeping on,
always,
man.
Always.
And he's going, y'all probably don't know that he's doing a lot of things out in Vegas. When he becomes nationwide, to the extent where that's all you're going to be hearing is, tell him the name of your label.
Oh, Ski Dog Records,
Yeah.
skidogrecords.com. You can check me out, skidogrecords.com all day. I would really hope that, being from Springfield, that, I can garner the support, because I'm a giving guy, you know what I'm saying? I love to throw that rope back, you know what I'm saying, and help people out and just show them, just so long as they're, if you're willing to take a step to make your thing happen, I'm willing to take a step towards you, you know what I'm saying, to help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care, brother, we're all brothers underneath the Lord. So, if you got the gusto to try to make some things happen, I'm for that. And that's important.
Well, if for our young viewers out there, if any of them wanted to get in contact with you and had some product, would you be able to mentor them or just lead them in the right way? Is it a website number that they can hook up with you?
Well,
or send you something on your.
I'm not gonna give them my personal cell phone number, because
but
then I would probably never get no sleep.
Right.
But I can be reached at my email address, which is Jamerson, Jamerson, at cribslasvegas.com. And, I tell people all the time, this is a business. Don't just, I understand that you can rap and everything, but you have to understand that this is a business. Mars Candy Bar, when you go into the Walmart and you look at the Mars bar, you're not just getting that chocolate. You know what I'm saying? They got it perfectly packaged and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? They got it for you to purchase, for the consumer, the end consumer, to just grab it. You pay your money and you out the door with it. So the whole thing is, it's all about your presentation. Make sure your presentation is best that you can have with the tools that you're working with. Get your bio, photos, demo together. Then, email me and we'll talk, and, maybe I can point you in the right direction.
That's excellent information for all our viewers out there. And it's good information. A lot of the young guys I noticed from just being around and being involved in certain events that were put on out here that you really need to get your bio together. If you want to pursue this career,
Yep.
you got to have your bio together. And like he said, it's presentation, the way you package your product and the way you present yourself. And once again, Mr. Jamerson Holloway, I want to thank you for being on my show.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed you. And this won't be the last time. I'll
no
have
way.
you back
No way.
because it's a lot of things I've got in store that you're going to be a part of.
And I was just going to say I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that.
And on that note, I want to thank you. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget, surround yourself by positive people. Positive things will happen for you. And we love to see you again. What's happening? What's up?